The text came through at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Unknown number, no context, just 8 words that seemed to stop time. Your wife is at the Hilton, room 1847. I was sitting in the middle of a client meeting when I read it, and a chill spread through my chest. The Hilton downtown, 20 minutes from my office, 30 from our house. The same house where my wife had told me she'd be working remotely that day. My fingers hovered over the screen, trembling slightly as I typed back. "Who is this?" 3 dots appeared, then a reply. "Someone who thought you should know." I stared at the message while the conversation around me blurred into background noise. I could have grabbed my keys, rushed out, driven straight to the hotel. I could have marched up to room 1847 and forced the truth into the open like they do in movies, loud, dramatic, irreversible. Instead, I chose something quieter, something deliberate. I called the highest-rated florist in Columbus and ordered a dozen red roses. "What would you like the card to say?" the woman asked politely. I smiled, though there was no warmth behind it. "To my darling wife," I said slowly. "Congratulations on your promotion. I'm so proud of you. Love, Marcus." There was a brief silence on the line. "Sir, you said this is for your wife?" "That's right. Room 1847 at the downtown Hilton. Deliver it in exactly 1 hour." "And the sender's name?" "Marcus Chen, her boss." Another pause, longer this time. "Okay, sir. We'll have it delivered." I ended the call and checked my watch. 1 hour until the flowers arrived. 1 hour until my wife opened a card signed with her lover's name. 1 hour until Marcus Chen, married, respected, unaware that I knew, received a phone call that would shatter the structure of his carefully managed life. If you want to know what happened when those flowers showed up, hit subscribe, because what came next made her affair the least of her problems. My name is Derek Matthews. I'm 39 years old, and I work as a data analyst for a healthcare company in Columbus, Ohio. It's not a job that impresses people at parties. I build spreadsheets, I run queries, I look for patterns hidden inside numbers most people never notice. But when you spend your life studying patterns, you begin to recognize them everywhere, in financial records, in behavior, and eventually in deception. For the past 3 months, patterns in my wife's life had been forming shapes I couldn't ignore. Her name is Vanessa. We've been married 8 years. She's a marketing director at a mid-sized pharmaceutical company. Intelligent, driven, striking without trying. When we first met, I was a junior analyst earning $45,000 a year. She was a marketing coordinator earning about the same. We built everything carefully, paid off debt, saved consistently, bought a modest home in Clintonville. We weren't wealthy, but we were stable, grounded. 2 years ago, everything accelerated. She was promoted to marketing director, $120,000 salary, company car, expense account. Business travel became routine. Late nights became normal. Conferences, client dinners, networking events. I supported her without hesitation. I handled more at home. I never complained when she missed meals or arrived home long after midnight. That's what partnership means. Then 3 months ago, the pattern shifted. It began with small changes that were easy to rationalize. A new perfume, expensive, unfamiliar. Gym visits at unusual hours. Early mornings before work. Late evenings after dinner. Her phone, once casually left on the counter, now never left her possession. Always close. Always face down. She purchased new lingerie. I discovered the receipt while searching her purse for her insurance card. Victoria's Secret, $340. I never saw her wear any of it. Then the travel increased. Chicago for a conference, 2 nights. Atlanta for a client meeting, 3 nights. Indianapolis for a strategy session, 1 night. I analyze data for a living, so I began analyzing. I reviewed our joint credit card statements. She had opened a separate card for work expenses, hotel charges that didn't match official travel dates, restaurant bills for two when she had told me she'd eaten alone, rideshare trips to addresses I didn't recognize. I created a spreadsheet, dates, locations, expenses, explanations, columns filled with patterns too consistent to ignore. My wife was having an affair. I didn't confront her, not immediately, because after 8 years of marriage, I understood something fundamental. When confronted without proof, people don't confess. They deny, they redirect, they make you question your own perception. I needed certainty, so I collected more data. I placed a small magnetic GPS tracker on her car, a $40 device ordered online. I didn't like doing it, but uncertainty had become worse than guilt. The tracker revealed everything. The Hilton downtown, repeated weekday visits, a condominium in the short north 3 times in 2 weeks, a restaurant in Grandview where she claimed to have eaten alone, 2 hours parked behind the building. I cross-referenced the address with public records. It belonged to Marcus Chen. Marcus Chen was 44, married, 2 children, vice president of marketing, Vanessa's direct supervisor. He drove a Tesla, lived in a luxury condo, and presented a carefully curated life online. Professional, successful, untouchable. And he was involved with my wife. I considered confronting them, calling his wife, reporting everything to HR. But systems require leverage. Move too quickly and people protect themselves. They align stories. They deny facts. So I waited. I documented. I organized everything like evidence for a formal presentation. Dates, timelines, confirmations, a structure built on verification. And then, that Tuesday afternoon, the message arrived. Your wife is at the Hilton, room 1847. I stared at the screen, my pulse rising. Someone else knew. Someone else had decided I deserved the truth. I typed back, "Who is this?" The response came quickly. "Someone who thought you should know." I called the number, straight to voicemail. No greeting, no identity, just silence. I sat in my office, thoughts accelerating. Who sent it? A coworker? A witness? Marcus's wife? It didn't matter. What mattered was that I now had real-time confirmation. Room 1847. Right now, I could drive there. I could catch them in the act. But that's not what I did because I'm not a man who acts on emotion. I'm a man who executes a plan. I opened my laptop and pulled up the Hilton's website. Room 1847 was a junior suite. King bed, city view, $280 a night. I checked Vanessa's credit card statement. Sure enough, there it was. Hilton downtown Columbus, $280. Charged 3 hours ago. She told me she was working from home today. I looked at the clock, 2:52 p.m. Then I picked up my phone and called the best florist in Columbus. Petal and Stem Florist, this is Rachel. How can I help you? Hi, Rachel. I need a dozen red roses delivered today. Absolutely. What's the occasion? It's a surprise for my wife. She just got a promotion. Oh, how wonderful. Where would you like them delivered? The Hilton downtown, room 1847. There was a pause. A hotel room? Yes, she's celebrating there with colleagues. I want to surprise her. That's so sweet. And what would you like the card to say? I took a breath. To my darling wife, congratulations on your promotion. I'm so proud of you. Love, Marcus. Silence on the other end. I'm sorry, did you say Marcus? Yes, Marcus Chen. That's her boss. He's the one who promoted her. I want him to get credit. Another pause, longer this time. Sir, you said this is for your wife? That's correct. But you want the card to say it's from her boss? Yes, is that a problem? No, I just want to make sure I have it right. You do? To my darling wife, congratulations on your promotion. I'm so proud of you. Love, Marcus. Can you deliver it in exactly 1 hour? Yes, sir, we can do that. Perfect. Here's my credit card. I gave her the information and hung up. Then I sat back in my chair and smiled, because in exactly 1 hour, my wife was going to open a card with her lover's name on it, and she was going to panic. I didn't leave my office. I didn't drive to the hotel. I just waited. At 3:47 p.m., I got a text from Vanessa. Hey, babe, how's your day going? I stared at it, the casual tone, the lie embedded in every letter. I typed back, good, busy. How's working from home? Productive, just finished a big presentation. Might take a break and go for a walk. A walk, right. I didn't respond. At 4:03 p.m., my phone rang. Vanessa. I let it ring 3 times before answering. Hey, I said, voice calm. Derek. Her voice was tight, strained. Where are you? At the office. Why did you send me flowers? Flowers? No. Why would I send you flowers at home when you're working? I'm not. She stopped. I mean, yes, I'm home, but someone sent flowers. That's nice. Secret admirer? I kept my voice light, curious. They were delivered to... It doesn't matter. The card is weird. Weird how? She hesitated. It says they're from Marcus. Your boss, Marcus? Yes. Huh, that's strange. Maybe it's just a work thing. Didn't you say you've been working on a big project with him? Yes, but... She trailed off. It's just weird. Well, maybe he's just being nice. You know how corporate people are, always sending gifts. Silence on the other end. Derek, I need to ask you something. Sure. Do you know where I am right now? I paused, let the silence stretch. You said you're working from home, right? Yes, I am. Then why are you asking? No reason, Never mind. I'll see you tonight. Okay, love you. She hesitated. Love you too. The line went dead. I set my phone down and exhaled slowly. Phase 1 complete. At 4:47 p.m., I got another call. This time, it was a number I didn't recognize. I answered. Hello? Is this Derek Matthews? A woman's voice, tight, angry. Yes, who's this? This is Diane Chen, Marcus's wife. My heart rate spiked, but I kept my voice steady. Oh, hi Diane. Is everything okay? No, everything is not okay. She was breathing hard. I just got a very interesting phone call from my husband. Oh, he's at the Hilton downtown. Apparently, someone sent flowers to his room. Flowers addressed to my darling wife and signed with his name. That's strange. Strange? It's a message. Someone knows he's there. Someone knows he's with your wife. I said nothing. Did you send those flowers? She demanded. Did you send those flowers? Why would I do that? Because your wife is screwing my husband. The words hung in the air. I let the silence stretch. Then quietly, I know. She exhaled. How long have you known? 3 months, maybe longer. And you didn't tell me? I didn't know how. I didn't have proof, just patterns. Patterns. I'm a data analyst. I see patterns. Her behavior changed. I started tracking credit cards, GPS, hotel records. I've been building a case. Another pause. You sent the flowers. I sent the flowers. Why? Because I wanted them to panic. I wanted to know that someone knows. I wanted to see what they do. Diane laughed. It was a bitter, broken sound. You're smarter than you look. Thanks, I think. What's your plan? I don't know yet. What's yours? I'm going to destroy him, she said flatly. I'm going to take everything. The house, the kids, his reputation. I'm going to make sure everyone at that company knows what he did. That's fair. What about you? I thought about it. I'm still deciding. We'll decide fast because I'm filing for divorce tomorrow, and when I do, this whole thing is going to blow up. Good, I said. Let it. That night, Vanessa came home at 6:30 p.m. She looked shaken, pale. Her hands were trembling as she set down her purse. Hey, I said from the couch. How's your day? Fine. She didn't meet my eyes. Yours? Productive. Got a lot done. She nodded, went to the kitchen, poured a glass of wine. I watched her from the couch, my laptop open, a spreadsheet on the screen. She came back to the living room, glass in hand. What are you working on? Just some data analysis, nothing exciting. She sat down on the opposite end of the couch. The distance between us felt like miles. "Derek, I need to tell you something." My heart rate spiked, but I kept my face neutral. "Okay?" She took a breath. "I've been unhappy in our marriage for a while." I closed my laptop, turned to face her. "Why didn't you say something?" "I don't know. I thought it would pass, but it hasn't." "What are you saying?" She looked at me, eyes wet. "I think we need to separate." There it was, not an apology, not a confession, just a clean exit. I nodded slowly. "Okay." She blinked. "Okay. If that's what you want, you're not going to fight me?"
Would it change anything? She looked away. "No, probably not." "Then why fight?" She wiped her eyes. "I'm sorry, Derek. You're a good man. You deserve better." "Yeah," I said quietly. "I do." She moved out 3 days later, packed her clothes, her laptop, her toiletries, left the furniture, the dishes, the life we'd built. She didn't tell me where she was going. I didn't ask, but I knew. The GPS tracker on her car told me everything. She went straight to Marcus's condo in the short north. 1 week later, Diane Chen filed for divorce. It was brutal, public, messy. She didn't just file papers. She sent an email to the entire executive team at Marcus's company. Subject line, regarding Marcus Chen's conduct. In it, she detailed the affair, named Vanessa, included dates, hotel records, everything. She CC'd HR, legal, the CEO. By noon, Marcus was suspended pending investigation. By 5 p.m., he'd been terminated for violating the company's ethics policy. Vanessa was called into HR the next day. She wasn't fired, but she was encouraged to resign. She did. 2 weeks after that, Vanessa called me. "Derek, we need to talk about..." "What?" "About everything. The separation, the house. I want to make this as easy as possible." "Okay." "I'm not asking for much, just half of the house equity, half of the savings. I think that's fair." "Fair?" I repeated. "Yes, we built this life together. We should split it equally." I was quiet for a moment. "Then, Vanessa, do you know why I sent those flowers?" Silence. "What?" "The flowers at the Hilton. Do you know why I sent them?" Her voice went cold. "Was that you?" "Yes." "Why?" "Because I wanted you to know that I knew. I wanted you to panic. I wanted to see if you'd come clean." "Derek, you didn't," I continued. "You lied. You came home and lied to my face. You asked for a separation without ever admitting what you'd done. I was going to tell you. When? After you'd moved in with Marcus? After you'd secured your exit?" She said nothing. "I have everything, Vanessa. GPS logs, credit card statements, hotel records, text messages. I've been documenting for 3 months. You've been spying on me. I've been protecting myself. From what? From this? From you trying to take half of everything when you're the one who blew up our marriage." Her voice shook. "Ohio is a no-fault state. It doesn't matter. It matters for alimony and it matters for public opinion. Do you really want me to file a fault-based divorce citing adultery? Do you want all of this to become public record?" Silence. "Here's what's going to happen," I said calmly. "You're going to take your car, your clothes, and your personal items. I keep the house. We split the savings 50-50. No alimony, no support. Clean break." "That's not fair." "Fair?" I laughed. "You want to talk about fair? You had an affair with your married boss. You used our joint credit card to pay for hotel rooms. You lied to me for months. And now you want fair? Derek, please. Sign the papers, Vanessa, or I'll make sure everyone knows exactly what you did. Your family, your friends, your next employer. You wouldn't try me." She signed. The divorce was finalized 60 days later. I kept the house, we split the savings, no alimony. She moved in with Marcus, who was now unemployed, going through his own brutal divorce and facing a lawsuit from his ex-wife for dissipation of marital assets. Turns out he'd been using joint funds to pay for those hotel rooms too. Diane took him for everything. 6 months later, I was sitting in my home office, the one that used to be our office, when I got an email from the unknown number that had texted me that day. "I hope the flowers worked out. A friend." I stared at it for a long moment. Then I typed back, "They did. Thank you. Who are you?" The response came an hour later. "Someone who's been where you are.
someone who believes good people deserve to know the truth. Stay strong, D. I never found out who sent that first text, but whoever they were, they gave me the push I needed. They gave me the proof I could act on, and they gave me the chance to take control of my own story. A year later, I'm still in the house in Clintonville. I got a promotion at work, senior data analyst, $95,000 salary. I started dating again, slowly, carefully. Her name is Rachel. She's a teacher. She's kind, honest, and she thinks my spreadsheets are adorably nerdy. We met at a coffee shop. She had no idea who I was or what I'd been through. She just liked me, and that was enough. I still think about that text sometimes. Your wife is at the Hilton, room 1847. 8 words that changed everything. I could have ignored it, could have convinced myself it was a mistake, but I didn't. I acted. Not with rage, not with violence, with strategy. I sent flowers with a card that said everything I needed to say without saying a word, and I watched the whole thing unravel. People ask me if I regret it, if I wish I'd handled it differently. The answer is no, because here's what I learned. When someone betrays you, you have 2 choices. You can let them control the narrative, let them lie, gaslight, and walk away with half of everything you built, or you can take control. You can gather evidence, build a case, execute a plan. You can send flowers with a card that says, I know, and you can watch them panic.